Uppercut, uppercut, sonic boom! Well, hello there, humans of his earthlings, if you are, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, and if you're lucky enough indeed to be doing it too. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be doing a very deep tactical dive into the recent PUBG Mobile birthday celebration exhibition matches that I played in on the North American server. You can see this is where we got all the content creators together and we played with fans and players. So we had guys like myself, the Jukes, the Hot Jukes, Snappy Jukes, Cleric Dragoon Gaming, Sophia, Ali Gaming, Ali Babe Gaming, and Her Gaming, and Winsanity, and Seven Worlds, all the peoples, and it was great fun. It was a good giggle, and my squad managed to win the squad match, and then I came 5th in the solos match, and I played, as you can imagine, a sweaty old bloke, playing like a grub, doing all kinds of things. But I did have a plan. I always say, if you don't have a plan, you're planning to fail. And I want to run you through that, exactly how we played. And we played the same in the solos as we did in the squad match. I was very lucky in the squad match. I had a great squad. You know why? They're all subscribers of the channel. Everyone played excellently. Like there was no superstars. We played a great team game. We all stayed together. You can see here I'm at the back. The boys are pushing up. The smoke's all up there. I'm a little bit worried that there's still someone at the compound behind us, but even though there's a knock there, everyone's got the cover, and I'm going to start doing the Gangsy and spamming the VSS through the grass here in just a second. I've got an overlook on my buddy. We're in the circle. It all comes good, and we win the squad games. I won a special anniversary pan or something for it. I'm not sure if I'll get that. Powerbang's telling me that unless I give him some of that lovin', he ain't going to deliver the goods. Just joking. Sorry, Bagger Nation forever. You can see me spamming the grass, but the basics of it, and I'm going to show you it through the lens of the solo game that we played, because there you go, I'm just spamming the grass, and I smashed some VSS into the car, and we walk away the winner, which I was very proud of. And I was very proud that everyone who was a member of the squad, I think they joined my team because they were subscribers, and they all played really well, and it was a real pleasure to play with them. So the plan is quite simple, and when you're playing in this kind of a tournament, you can't win it at the start. You just can't win at the start. You can only win at the end. So the whole aim of the game is to get to the end. So you would think it's fairly simple. I just run around the edges, trash looting, and that'd be pretty straightforward. And then I wanted to roll in towards, say, the 5th circle and hit the middle of the zone and hold firm. And we did that both times, and it worked exceptionally well. But this is the start. No one saw this. It wasn't on the stream. They weren't showing this on the stream. I wanted to drop this compound all the way outside of Gatka, just to the north of Gatka, but someone was dropping Gatka behind me. Now, I'm a dirty grub, so if I see someone that's still in the air, I'll land, grab the first gun, usually like an M16 or something, and I'll tap them out before they get there while they float gently in the air to go as far as possible. I've done it plenty of times. It's so much easier than actually killing people in close quarters combat. So I wanted to get to the ground early, so I didn't just tap forward because I was worried about that happening and me getting done from behind. But they didn't do that, and someone else tapped gently forward and landed before me. I don't know who this is in the chicken suit, but this was amazing. So we had this thing where I was boxing on this, what was not meant to be a hot drop, and I didn't have a gun, and bloody hell, he had a gun, and I'm out of there. That close to not doing well in the games, and then I'm on the run from a guy with a gun who's outside chasing me, and this is where being calm and cool and just thinking your way through the situation really, really helps. Another person was coming in unbeknownst to me on a parachute. They're about to land, and that's perfect for me. I'm just running around, seeing if I can get some loot. All I'm finding is smokes. There's another person who's landed, so that's good. A little more chaos makes the situation a lot better. So I'm going to put a smoke down here on my exit point, and then I'm going to smoke the top upstairs while they chase me still. I'm not sure who this is. Put your hand up if you know who you are and you're in the comments section, and just create confusion and delay. And then I'm going to exit straight out to the northwest and start my trash looting life. I'm not interested in winning this engagement. Like, even if I clear one, the odds of clearing them both are pretty slender, and I'd rather just leave them a compound they can fight over and go and begin trash looting. Now, trash looting is a pretty simple concept. I've long been a proponent of surfing in the blue. So I do a couple of compounds, pick up a little bit of stuff, and then I come to this large hangar compound out here. Everyone knows where this is. It's great. But you'll note, I see immediately that there's a Mini 14 and there's no ammo on the ground. So I know someone's been there. They're either very close by or they're still in the compound sweating it up and waiting for me. So I jump straight back in the car, have a look around. Just want to check through what's at the compound nearby, and there's a car there. So this is starting to get interesting. Now, you'll pick up cues from everything. There's a couple of spawns there on the side of the road. That's fine. But as I come down into this compound and I start actually having a look, I realise that some of the doors are open, and when I do, and I see that because this door isn't open here, I'm like, I'll check the compound out, listening for footsteps. Love smokes, can't get enough smokes. What do I have to drop to get that smoke? AR suppressor, happy days. There we go. Once I realise that, I take our quick smart. You're going to see that's a very good move. As I said before, you cannot win the engagement early, but you have to be there at the end if you want to win it at all. And to do that, I've got to be clever about the way I play. So here is someone rotating in, and then someone else, it's a second gun, is firing at them from a little bit further afield. So what I'm going to do is set up for a bit of a cheeky gatekeep here. Now you see there's a car down there that is a buggy. That is a super unfortunate turn of events. The buggy has spun out, and we are now going to take advantage of that to finish off poor old High Sophia, who is the victim of a terrible vehicle mishap. And then we gatekeep OG Marley, who was coming out of that compound in the initial phase, and I think that might have been who was shooting at us. There we go. We get that one done. So we've picked up a couple of scalps, we get a lot more gear, and we go on to the next stage of the plan, which is stay on the edges. We've got enough stuff, we've got meds, we've got smokes, we've got guns, we've got scopes. All that we can do now is stuff it up. Now, I don't mind pushing the edges of the compounds and holding and seeing how we go, but you really want to build to a crescendo in these games. It's almost like the exact opposite of the way I will play a game for content. When I play normally, what I do is I hot drop and I get all my kills, I get a lot of action, and then I look for people rotating on the edges of the circles for kills, and then I will go to the final circle and try and grind out the win. Whereas this is very much the exact opposite of that. It's grind out the early stages, and then I'm going to shift a gear and get deep into the circle. You can see there is Gatka, and I don't mind taking free shots at these people as they roll through. It doesn't hurt me. And I move the car every time because it takes it away from the last known position of the bad guys, which means it's very hard for them to pop my tyres or whatever. The other thing I like to do in these kind of serious games is third-party peek with the vehicle. It doesn't hurt you at all. You get a really good overlook doing this. And quite often when you're playing with people like this, they won't even shoot at a car, because the whole theory behind that obviously is if you shoot, you reveal your position. And especially if you don't have a vehicle yourself and you're not mobile, that can be devastating. Someone will get an angle on you, gatekeep you out, and things get rough. So now we've got down through the fourth or fifth circle. We're getting towards the real meat and potatoes of the game, and I want to make a really strong stab to the center of the map, and I want to find a good compound. And of course I've marked that compound. I know where I want to go, but I want to get there safely. That means I'm going to try to drive as much as possible a long way away from these compounds wherever practical. And then we're going to storm this one, push on in, and this is the whole plan. This is exactly what we did in the squad game we won, and I was hoping to emulate that and that kind of gameplay. Now you can see, as soon as I go and check out there is someone already in there. I was starting to hit a med kit, and I get right in the corner in case another green comes in. Lo and behold, it does. And then I'm like, you know what? How about we just go out the back, open the door so maybe they think we've left, and then we climb back in here, and we should be apples. Now, there's no angle for them to throw a grenade into this back room from there unless they move. And to be honest, that doesn't worry me too much, having someone sitting behind me. What I'm looking for now, and this is again another contraction of the circle later, it's compressed down. I'm looking for people moving in on the zone line. If you've ever watched my channel, you'll know that a huge part of this kind of gameplay is being patient and waiting for your opportunities, and that'll pop up. And I mean, I think the person that won this got 6 kills. So we were right up there in terms of kill count, actually, and they were all pretty solid kills too. that was probably the easiest of the lot, to be honest. Here we go. Someone's come in out the back. Now, remember, there was someone overlooking this compound. Whatever happens now, like, I'm pretty certain that from here on in, if anything bad happens, it's my problem. It's going to be, you know, if I lose from here, I feel like it's from a mistake that I made. It's not going to be from the randomness of the circle. And that's pretty much the way it goes. What I want to do is get a smoke outside because I want to cross over and be aggressive with those guys. I'm pretty certain there's no one out the back here. Or if they are there, they're being very, very passive and very, very slow to move across that field because I haven't seen anyone running across the field and the circle's moved in far too quickly for them to have been crawling along there. So I'm going to put a smoke out between me and the house next to me. And that means I've got 45 seconds to do something. And it will cover off the alleyway between myself, where the guy that was grinning me before can actually get a shot down. So I'm going to boost up first. I think I know where this guy is. I think he's in the roof of the little single-story brick house just to my south. And to do this, I'm going to need some cover. So here we go. I'm going to smoke out very close to us here. Now, that is nothing to do with you know, wanting to hide or anything. That is simply to obscure that tunnel down there. So the guy who is looking out the window of the barn doesn't get clear shots and doesn't get the opportunity to thirst me up. Now, all plans go great until you get punched in the face. The idea here is to chuck a gren in that little hole, get the win. Two things happen. I hear footsteps over on my right. I immediately pull back behind this car and chuck the gren over there. And the guy up the top realizes that I pulled the pin on a grenade and leaves his perch. And so then we have a little gunfight over here. And I'm immediately back in. The 45 seconds. And there you go. There's the guy that was gatekeeping the alleyway there. The smoke worked perfectly. We got the whole job done. Wasn't exactly the way we planned on doing it. But this is where you can start being a little bit aggressive and flexing up and starting to use the guns and the equipment. And here we go. There's another person just pushing in late in the circle. And I didn't want to be this guy. I didn't want to be coming in late to the circle like this because it's really hard when it's TPP and these kind of compounds are in play. Been really happy so far. 5 kills, 7 left alive. Everything's going perfectly. I want to keep my car in the game. And so I drive it over here. But this is where things go a little bit awry. This isn't a good... I wanted to park it around the back of the house. If I had of, this may well have gone very differently, but that's the first big mistake. And the second big mistake you're going to see is one that I don't often make. If you've watched the channel for any length of time, you'd know that I'm quite deliberate with the way I play when I'm being serious about it. I really think hard about what I want to do, and then I make a decision like I did before, and I execute, and I go out there. And it doesn't always go perfectly, but you know, you've got to trust your instincts in the way you want to play. I do something really weird here where, like, pressure is a beautiful thing. It makes you play in a different way, and I normally don't care very much if I lose. But this was live on stream. I think we had about 9,000 people watching on Twitch and a couple of thousand people watching on YouTube. And I would have liked to have won both matches. I'll be honest with you. I wanted to win the squad match most, but winning the solos would have been really, really good. And I felt like I had it exactly where I wanted it. My plan here is, I know that guy there, he's called Homie actually, is in that center shack. And I know that he has been camping the top. See, he's been camping the top of the barn, right? So my plan here is to chuck some smokes over there, and as he jumps out of the house, catch him on rotation, and while he's in the air, and rinse him, and then from there move in through that wall of smoke that you can see just to the southeast that someone else has chucked up. I don't know why I do this. Watch this. I start moving forward. I've got the plan. I know what I'm going to do. The second smoke started to kick. I don't know what I was thinking. And lo and behold, there he goes, jumps out the window. And I'm already in the blue. And I go down. It's amazing, isn't it? How pressure makes you do, even when you have a great plan. And it was the right thing to do. I waited for the second smoke to pop. And then as soon as the circle started pulling in, I thought, oh, maybe I'll just get the car and drive in. Hope you guys enjoyed that. That's how we played the exhibition matches with all the other YouTubers. I really loved it. Had a great time. Did my best. Don't hate me for screwing up the end. Look after yourselves, and as always, stay safe on the battlefield. Bye for now.